Myself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
I don't judge, and the old timers didn't either, fighters chronologically as much as I do by the amount of fights they've had and the amount of punches they've taken. I judge them that way.
Because he definitely had the skill of a top five, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get. And that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody.
Since Terence Crawford shocked the world by defeating Canelo Alvarez through a majority decision to claim the undisputed super middleweight crown, analysts have started asking if he could have beaten Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Alongside the praise for winning, Crawford also earned respect for how he did it. He controlled distance, switched stances smoothly, stayed composed under pressure, and mixed sharp strategy with ruthless efficiency.
Outboxed Canelo, made Canelo miss, stood right in front of him when he was supposed to. He moved when he was supposed to. Made it look easy. He beat Canelo Alvarez better than Floyd Money Mayweather, which makes him better than Floyd Money Mayweather, in my opinion.
Experts like Bob Arum have said that Crawford's ability to fight equally well from both stances and his complete skill set make him the only fighter capable of challenging or even defeating Mayweather at his peak.
Canelo wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him, but Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner.
What fight?
Why do you feel he wipes the floor with him?
Why?
Is it because of the weight difference?
Because Canelo, Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and and I don't think that Terence can hurt Canelo, but Canelo can hurt Terence.
Do you think the welterweight Boots Ennis would stand a chance against Crawford? Or
I have no idea, but I know that Boots Ennis is a tremendous fighter and a great talent. Whether he'd stand a chance with Crawford, I don't really know, because at 147, Crawford is, I think, unbeatable.
Canelo Alvarez, who has fought both Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, admitted that Crawford is a better fighter. His comments reignited the debate after losing by unanimous decision in 2025 when Crawford became the undisputed super middleweight champion. Canelo explained that Crawford was superior because he was more adaptable, ring smart, could switch guards, and defend more effectively.
He say he might be better than Mayweather. I can see it, because Crawford got a little bit of Mayweather in him, but he got the offense going on. It's not like all defense, blocking everything, points, you know. Crawford can actually hurt you. He's actually a fighter. He'll fight you. You know, he'll box you, but he'll fight you too. He ain't no joke.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. built one of the greatest careers in boxing with a perfect 50-0 record, unmatched defense, and dominance across weight classes from super featherweight to light middleweight. He was known for elite footwork, speed, counterpunching, and avoiding damage while setting the pace. Over his career, he collected 15 major world titles in 5 divisions. He did all this during a period stacked with competition, often fighting legendary opponents.
All the fights, you've had 50. Who would you say was your toughest opponent?
You got guys that punch hard and hit hard, and you got guys that come out and win a few rounds, but nothing really was tough. I've been in a boxing gym, and guys have given me great sparring and great work. They say ass whooping will humble you. I come home and say, you got to tighten up, champ.
Yeah.
You got to get it together, champ. And then sometimes I go home and say, is this for me? I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist. And we all know God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing record.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights, or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Likewise, Terence Crawford has an undefeated record. He has collected more than 18 world titles across 5 weight classes. and is the first male fighter to become undisputed in 3 divisions. As a switch hitter, he carries power as he moves up, which boosts his accuracy and finishing ability. His resume include wins against tough opponents like Errol Spence Jr. and most recently Canelo Alvarez.
You know, he was a little frustrated in there, but that's part of the game.
And the last question is, I know it's right after the fight. Have you feel yet the significance of this win and what it means in your legacy and your career?
To be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me. You know, but for me, I knew I could do it, and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it. But, you know, I think I was the better man.
The latest showdown between Crawford and Canelo marked a major moment for boxing. Crawford stepped up in weight to capture the super middleweight belts. After 12 grueling rounds, he earned a majority decision. The judges scored it 116 to 112, 115 to 113, and 115 to 115. Crawford's plan was simple. He controlled distance with movement, sharp jabs, and counters while handling Canelo's strength without fading. Despite a headshot that cut his right eye, he kept his pace. The win made him the first modern boxer to claim undisputed crowns in 3 divisions. His record is now 42-0, placing him among the all-time greats.
When I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me. You know, but for me, I knew I could do it, and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it. But, you know, I think I was the better man tonight.
Weeks ago, Roy Jones Jr. declared Terence Crawford one of the best fighters ever, pointing to his rare mix of skill and adaptability seen only in Hall of Famers. He praised Crawford's quick stance changes, balance, ring IQ, and ability on offense and defense. Still, Jones said Crawford needs a few more big fights to cement his status. He believes Crawford's recent wins against elite names finally proved the talent long expected of him.
Probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely had the skill of a top 5. Just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, you know, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for like pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud, no.
Keith Thurman praised Crawford's victory, calling it a display of fundamentals, ring control, and smart tactics. He highlighted how Crawford used his jab, footwork, angles, and space to neutralize Canelo's pressure. Thurman had previously worried about Crawford's added weight, but acknowledged Bud's speed, timing, and composure mattered most. He also noted Canelo looked slower and unable to adjust like in past fights. Finally, Thurman admitted Crawford's win was a tactical masterpiece, though Canelo remained dangerous. He was clearly outclassed.
People, it's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right. Okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe-to-toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Fernando Vargas admitted he misjudged things before the fight, but Terence Crawford delivered a brilliant performance and proved him wrong. Vargas praised his clean technique, sharp ring control, and precise punching throughout. He still showed respect for Canelo, saying the Mexican star remained dangerous and a skilled champion. But Vargas acknowledged that Crawford was simply the better man that night. He admitted being humbled while praising Crawford's brilliance in owning such a historic win.
Up, people, it's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right. Okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe-to-toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Fernando Vargas also shared his thoughts on Canelo's career. With nearly 70 professional bouts, Vargas Jr. said Canelo's path has been very demanding. He explained that a fighter's body, reflexes, and sharpness decline after so many battles. Though still one of boxing's biggest names, Vargas Jr. believes years of tough fights have reduced some of the speed and explosiveness Canelo once had. He noticed Canelo's power seemed less sharp, and that spark from his rise is not as strong anymore.
It was going to be too much. It definitely wasn't. Yeah, it definitely wasn't. I ate my words up, you know what I mean? But ¿No usó esta foto? Sí. Hace como 2 años. Eso. Sí. ¿Tuviste conocer?
Good. I was like, no, that's great.
I have a dream, bro. What I'll give you a coffee. All right, Carlos.
Excuse us.
Yeah. So, what was the move?
What do you think? What do you think happens next for both Canelo and Crawford?
I think that, man.
You got it.
Bud, I always knew that Bud was a great fighter. He can work both guards, orthodox and southpaw. Amazing talent.
Ole Bernstein highlighted another Crawford strength, unpredictability. He explained that Crawford doesn't follow a rigid plan in the ring, but constantly shifts strategies. This confuses opponents like Canelo, who relies heavily on timing and counters. Bernstein added that Crawford's ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw stances makes things even tougher. That variety makes it difficult for Canelo to prepare, leaving him open to combinations he cannot always anticipate.
Fans or most people would probably say Crawford, I'm guessing, because that's a big part of how he's won. And everybody feels that and rightfully so, that the way he's figured out, he's constantly changing from lefty to righty. He's a person that alters his attack. Sometimes he's a boxer. Sometimes he's walking people down. Canelo's style is more the same in most fights. He is a counterpuncher who's waiting for you to make your move so he can counterpunch you. Then when he has you in trouble, he's willing to move forward. His attack is a pretty straightforward one. On the face of it, you might say Crawford. But I think the thing about Canelo Alvarez is that he has seen every style that you can see.
Teddy Atlas has long praised Terence Crawford, noting that his greatness goes beyond physical skills. He explained Crawford has exceptional mental tools like timing, instincts, reading opponents, and adapting under pressure. Atlas described him as crafty, highly intelligent in the ring, and full of heart. He also praised Crawford's ability to rise in weight while maintaining his effectiveness, facing big challenges without fear. Atlas insists Crawford is a rare fighter with the right mindset, deserving recognition among the sport's very best.
The eye test. Everyone he's been in there, he's won convincingly. I know with the Matrimore fight, people want him to win big. It was his first time stepping up in weight to 154, and it was a guy with 300 amateur fights, only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights, with the best international fighters in the world. And he had a very deliberate style, a very distinct style, a very awkward style in its own way. So people don't look at that. They don't look at the things, obviously, that I'm looking at, being a trainer, being in the business of boxing my whole life, 50 years of it.
Canelo Alvarez recently claimed that Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Jeff Mayweather. Floyd's uncle responded, suggesting Canelo may have said that to boost Crawford's image before their fight. Jeff admitted Crawford is very skilled and perhaps as smart as Floyd, but he rejected the idea that Crawford surpasses Floyd defensively. He noted fighters often make such comparisons to enhance their own wins. While Jeff respected both men, he was clear that Floyd's unbeaten record still stands above all.
Crawford, do you think he stays there at 168? Does he go down to 160 and try to get another weight class? I'll start with him first. What's his next move? He said he doesn't want to rematch with Canelo, but I think that'd be on the table. That's going to be a ton of money, obviously.
I think that the Canelo fight may be so big that it's a fight that he is going to actually probably say yes to.
He has to feel comfortable he can win again. It's not like he got a lucky on a one-punch knockout. He won that fight.
Yeah, he won the fight. So I don't see him being. There's no reason for him to be scared.
Right.
And I think that that might be the fight that he'll take out of all the offers that's out there, because now he's at 68. He don't want to go backwards and go down in weight classes and things like that.
Roy Jones Jr. suggested Terence Crawford could even consider retirement after his huge win over Canelo Alvarez. Jones said few fighters could top what Crawford just achieved, which might mean he has nothing left to prove. He praised Crawford's move up in weight, his victory over a star like Canelo, and becoming undisputed in a third division as career highlights. While many expect Crawford to keep fighting, Jones's comments sparked debate among fans and experts about whether Bud should stop at this peak.
A very smart fight. Took the fight in the middle, let Canelo get off his steam early, came in the later rounds and just outboxed him for the very smart fight. Then stand in the middle for him, made him use the ring like Canelo doesn't like to do. He took the Erislandy Lara blueprint and used it very well. How surprised were you with Crawford's performance? Was you surprised? Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. If you look at Erislandy Lara, you notice Bud never turned right-handed the whole fight because you knew Erislandy Lara gave him most trouble because you used the ring on him as a southpaw.
How special is Terence Crawford as a fighter? First person to be three-way undisputed.
Terence is very special. He definitely goes in the top 10, maybe even the top 5 of the best pound for pound ever.
Do you think, is there anything more for him now, would you say?
Nothing else left for him. That was it. He can call it a day now if he wants to.
Floyd Mayweather or Terence Crawford? Who do you believe was a greater fighter at their absolute best?